Kiara Regan is with me today. She's yet another member of the PCR 12 crew. We discuss being a teenage mum, raising a small army, racehorses, grazing tables, mental health, weight loss, and the wonderful world of cheer. I also had the pleasure of being joined by Kiara's partner Kyle, who also tells his story and gives his thoughts on the boxing debut of the Pocket Rocket. So please welcome Miss Kiara Regan. Thanks for coming up today, by the way.
You're welcome.
That's a fair hike.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. Hassled you to come in. I did think that. I was thinking, have I put too much pressure on you coming in?
No, I'm here.
I don't want to pressure anyone to come in, but a lot of people are coming in. I think we've got about 15 this time.
Oh, good.
So it's quite a few. Where'd you come from?
Singleton,
Singleton.
near Mandurah.
That's a fair drive.
It is.
That's a fair drive in traffic as well.
Oh, it was.
Which sessions do you cop the worst of the traffic? You come up the freeway?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that peachy around, Russell Road and, oh, God.
Yeah.
Is there a days, what days do you have that are just in thick traffic?
Going to training or in general?
Just in general. Oh, no, sorry, just, going to training.
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
Why is it Thursday? Because you come in the evening, though.
Yeah.
Why is there so much traffic on a Thursday?
Because I leave a little bit earlier on a Thursday. Well, I try to adjust the times around my daughter's dance.
Mm.
So otherwise I wouldn't make it. Because I have to leave home at 5:30 to get to training just before 6:30. So
that's commitment.
But my daughter doesn't finish dance till 5:45. So I'll drop her off at dance at 4:30. And I'll have a relative pick her up, take her home to my dad. She'll come.
Get in that microphone. Come on. Spin that microphone a bit closer to you. There we go. That's better.
Yeah, my family friend will pick her up, take her back home. My dad will give him dinner and put her to bed so that I can be at training on time.
That is a serious commitment.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand what a big thing travel is to get there and back. Because I had Brenton here the other day and he comes from Quinns Rock.
Yeah.
He's the other. Imagine the traffic he's copping.
Yeah.
From north of the river.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
But it is good, and I think that people do respect it. Because I know Vince lives just around the corner from the gym. So, still Vince gets every training, so good on Vince. But having that extra hour to and from training each day just makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And you've been at quite a few. You weren't there on Thursday when I was there?
No.
Yeah, what happened there?
I pulled a couple of muscles in my ribs.
I was going to ask you. I'll ask you now about injury. What's going on there?
So I've pulled my intercorso and my external muscle around my rib cage on my left side.
Okay. How'd you do that?
Training.
Oh, you didn't get... Oh, so that's through... That wasn't through getting hit, obviously. That's through throwing body punches or something?
I think it was a bit of both. At first, when it happened, it was during some sparring, so whether I've thrown it too hard or not in great form, or maybe cop something straight after. But then I've continued to train.
As you do?
Yeah.
Anti-inflammatories?
Yes.
Just popping those things like M&Ms.
Yep, lots of painkillers. But feeling much better this week. Much better. I just needed... I had a chat with Glenn and I took Thursday off just to rest. There was no point coming in, injuring myself further and ending up out altogether. Because
if you do drop out for injury or whatever reason, it's not just you, it's your opponent as well. And there's no backup female fighters either.
So, but I'm feeling much better.
You all right?
Yeah.
You reckon you'll be back?
Yeah.
When are you back? Tonight?
Oh, I was back by Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're bouncing back. How old are you? I know I ask everyone this.
I'm 24.
Still bounce back nice at 24. Yeah. You got about another 3-4 years and then it doesn't happen anymore.
I squat down and you hear it in my hips and knees. With some clicks.
Because not only are you doing all this travel, but you're managing quite a large family.
Yes.
Tell me, how many in the Regan gang?
I have 3.
Three kids?
Yes.
I did have a photo of this. This is early days here.
Yes.
Look at you there. We'll get on to how different you look now. But your kids, tell me about that's Isabella?
That's Isabella.
That's the only reason I know is because it's written across her top there.
That's Isabella. She's my eldest.
Yeah. How old is she now?
She's 5.
So you were very young.
Yeah. I was 18, and within a week of turning 18, I found out I was pregnant.
I'm guessing it wasn't planned?
Oh, no.
Okay.
God, no.
All right, I'm just asking.
None
Yeah.
of them were planned. They were all just a oops, but the best oops ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. And your partner, because I was going in, you've got so many things, I wouldn't not say working against you, but it's not like you are just turning up to training and doing, just the boxing. You've got 3 very young kids. Your partner is FIFO.
Yeah.
And is one of your kids extra needs?
So my daughter has high functioning autism,
Okay.
and my son was born at 25 weeks. So
25?
Yeah.
That is very early.
Yeah. So he wasn't meant to make it a week out of the womb,
Yeah.
and here he is 4.
He's doing well?
He's doing well, but he has very bad lungs.
Yeah.
And really bad nosebleeds. So we have a lot of issues there. And I know it sounds really minor, but it's something that affects him every single day. So he struggles a lot to breathe, especially at nighttime. And in the mornings with his breathing, he'll end up bleeding extremely badly from his nose.
Because of the breathing?
Yeah.
Or has it just caused a lot of pressure in there? Or
Yeah.
that must be heartbreaking.
It's very heartbreaking, but we try and remember how far he's come and everything he's overcome to be here.
That's amazing.
So
what are the future plans for him?
he wants to be a baby doctor.
I did see that, actually. I did see that. He was holding up a little sign that said, I want to be a baby doctor.
Yeah, he tells me all the time he wants to save babies like the doctors saved him.
Oh, that's great.
So he
Give
knows,
a little back.
Yeah, he knows all about it, and he loves looking back at photos and seeing all the cords and seeing his sister. She was only 14 months old when he was born, so she would stand by his bed and knock on his little incubator, try and say hello.
How long was he in the incubator for?
He was in the incubator for a month, and then he was in a confined room for another month, and he spent a total of 3.5 months in hospital.
Oh, that must have been brutal on you and your partner as well.
Yeah, it was. He was born 11 days before Christmas, so we spent Christmas pretty much apart as a family of 4.
Oh, that would have been heartbreaking.
It was.
So were you allowed to touch him or anything?
Yeah, we were. For the first couple of hours we couldn't, but I was in for surgery when he was first born. So when he was born, his lungs collapsed and he got rushed off with the doctors to go and be cared for.
How terrifying was that?
Extremely.
Oh, would have been.
Yeah. I didn't actually see him until he was 12 hours old because I got taken for surgery and then there was complications in my surgery. And then I had to go to recovery. And then when I finally did meet him, I was just an absolute ball of mess. And then they allowed us to start holding him. But even then, we could only hold him for a max of 15 minutes. And it was to the time. You had to hold him in a certain way to make room for his cords. And he only sat from here to here on my arm.
Tiny.
He was absolutely tiny. He was smaller than a bag of sugar. I could fit my engagement ring down his arm.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I can't even imagine. I've got a nephew that was premature, and I remember how hard that was for me. And that was, I mean, definitely not making it about me, but I can't even fathom to think what it's like for family members, especially the mum and dad.
It makes an impact on the whole family, though. It does.
Do you feel like even? I mean, you could even classify. Do you feel like you got a bit of PTSD from the whole ordeal?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I was diagnosed with PTSD about a year after. Yeah. And then just after his second birthday, his brother was born, and he was born Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, he wasn't as early as Regan. He was 35 weeks.
It's still a bit early.
Yeah, so he got taken to the NICU as well.
Oh, you'd be having flashbacks.
And he got put in the exact same room Regan got put in. So it was Christmas decorations all the same nurses. And it was flashbacks, PTSD, another Christmas separated. It was rough.
That's traumatic.
Yeah.
So you make the most of Christmases now?
We do.
Do you go all out?
We definitely do.
Go all out.
And it sounds bad, but we kind of shut all the other family members out and we just stay us 5.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Just to appreciate, because we've spent 2 Christmases separated from each other. Our first Christmas as a family of 4. Kyle was at home with Bella. I was at the hospital with Regan, and then we did a switch. So there was no hour we were all together. And then we spent a second Christmas, our first Christmas as a family of 5, doing the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah. So there was 2 Christmases. Our daughter pretty much woke up and we didn't do a Santa's Bean Christmas kind of thing. So, yeah, we really make the most of it now and go all out.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
If anything, that'd make the Christmases more special now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hold back. You'd be like the Griswolds in Christmas Vacation doing the whole house.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
But don't come see me in December because I am a ball of stress because I got 2 birthdays and Christmas.
Oh, the bank balance at Copper hammering.
Yeah.
But everyone's doing well now?
Yeah, everyone's doing really well.
I mean, it's good that you've got something positive out of something that was also so traumatic with being able to spend Christmas, like your Christmases now, how close you guys are all going to be. And it'd be good to continue it on. Because most families, just going by mine, most families, Christmas turns into World War III.
Yeah.
And people don't realise that this Christmas could be the last time that this group of people are ever together again.
That's right.
But they're not. They're about 3 beers deep. They're fighting, calling each other names.
That's right.
Oh, you got to love families, don't you?
We definitely do.
How does it go with your partner doing FIFO work?
Over Christmas?
Yeah.
So his company actually has a family-friendly policy, so they shut down over Christmas.
Shout out to the company. What company?
Ausdrill.
Ausdrill?
Yeah.
Oh, sponsor Ausdrill. Who do they sponsor? I can't even think. Are they up in Kalgoorlie?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty sure they sponsored a fighter once.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Ausdrill. I do know Ausdrill. I'm just trying to think of the names. This is so bad. I can't even think of the names of the guys that work there. Anyway, so they just shut down over Christmas, send everyone home.
Yep.
Good on you, Ausdrill. Is that rare in the mining game?
From what I've heard, it is. A lot of my friends who have FIFO partners, and even family members who have been in the FIFO life have never really heard of that. But yeah,
because they're a Kalgoorlie-based company, aren't they?
Yeah, Kalgoorlie and Kambalda.
Okay, gold mine.
Yeah.
Kambalda, that's something else. That place is some harsh territory. Well, good on you, Ausdrill, because that I could see mining companies going against that kind of thing because it would cost them a fortune.
Yeah.
Is the FIFO life changing in the sense that are they making it, I suppose, better for their workers?
I definitely think they are.
Getting there?
Yeah, like they have, so any FIFO male or female are entitled to free counselling now as well. Beautiful. Due to obviously being away from families, kids, everybody, they have free counselling sessions for FIFO workers. And it seems to be moving. You know, they've got a lot better features for their workers while on site and not on site.
Okay. Really. So it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah, it seems to be.
How does your partner go? Because I'm guessing he works 12 hours on, 12 hours off at work. Is that how that works? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I think that's it.
I just get some random messages through the day. I'm too busy doing my thing and he's doing his thing.
Sorry to all the FIFO workers if I got that wrong. From what I know, which isn't much, is they do their stint and it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I don't think people realise the effect of downtime. Yeah. People go, I love a bit of downtime, but too much downtime can have a massive, like a negative effect on you as well because then the mind starts ticking over. Yeah. Maybe introduce a bit of alcohol, a bit of something else. That's right. Slippery slope, isn't it?
Yep.
And your partner might be joining us later today, is that right?
Yeah.
Can't wait. What time is he getting here? I'll hear him. I'll hear him banging on that front door when he's here.
At some point. We are organised chaos, my family.
Yeah.
Yeah. We thrive in the chaos.
Don't you just want to take it easy for a while, though?
Oh, I would love to, but that's not going to happen.
Just a bit. Any of your kids at school? Or kindy? I saw the kindy photos.
2 are in school,
Yeah.
and 1 starts pre-kindy next year.
So what you're telling me is that next year you are going to have a full day, or pretty much a full day, a good 6-hour block to yourself 5 days a fortnight. You're not going to know what to do with yourself.
Nope.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
In saying that, you also, I couldn't wait till I did it, and then I was just a bumbling mess, and I just wanted to go pick them up.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not one to ask about that kind of stuff. Did having the premature child with high-functioning autism, is that right?
Yeah,
Did I say that right?
My eldest has high-functioning autism, and then my second was Premi.
Okay. Because of that, did that lead you to work for a company like Linked Support Solutions?
Yes and no. We actually only found out after I started working with Link that Isabella has high-functioning autism,
Okay.
and Regan was obviously already born before I started working there.
How long have you been there?
I've been there almost a year and a half, maybe a year. I could be wrong.
Work with Brent's partner?
Yes.
Yeah, she's spot on.
Yeah.
Chatty.
She's
Loves
awesome.
a chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've done well. How's the weight loss in that family?
Oh, I know. It's
That is
amazing.
impressive.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Siobhan? No.
Sinead.
Sinead? Jeez. I call it wrong. Sinead and Brent. Good on you guys. And LSS is your sponsor.
Yeah.
Cam, met Cam the other day. Oh, not the other day, the other week. He's spot on. He's so
awesome.
excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a good man, isn't he?
He's great.
I was trying to get him in here as well.
I tried to convince him as I was leaving the office today.
To come in?
Yeah.
What happened?
He's with Glenn and the boys down at Fitstop doing some bag work.
Fine, Cam. Don't want to come in here and see me. It's fine. Okay, you got your favourites. Got Glenn. Hanging out with Glenn Austin, that's a risky business. Speaking of weight loss, I'm just going to go on to this. I had that photo up before. I'm going to get it again. You're a completely different person.
Yes.
How many kilograms, if I may ask, how many kilograms have you lost since your weight loss journey began?
55.
55. You know what? When I was doing my research on you /stalking, I did come across some of these photos and I didn't think it was you. No, I couldn't find any of your stuff. I go, who is this girl? And then, because everything about you is different. What do you reckon got you to this stage?
In the photo.
Yeah. Oh, I believe someone has just turned up. We'll just hang 5 for a sec. We've had a slight pause in proceedings here. Welcome, Kyle.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Camera angles change. People are going, what's going on here? We're just talking about the weight loss here from Kiara and how different. I had to actually go onto your Facebook to see this because
Yeah, I just noticed that myself, actually.
yeah,
Yep.
I did. I had to go extensive research on a lot of things. Look at you two there. How happy. How long have you guys been together?
Since 2016.
So coming up on 8 years this year in August.
Really? That's from school?
Yeah.
Yeah, from high school.
High school together? Which high school?
Kwinana.
High.
Good old Kwinana High School.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's everything wrong with that school.
I've never been there. I haven't attended, so I can't really say. So what caused this lifestyle change here for you to go on this weight loss journey?
I just wanted to be the best version I could for my kids.
Beautiful.
And,
Certainly a good example.
Yeah, I couldn't bear to look at myself anymore the way I was. And I
But you
didn't
had
like it.
kids, though.
Yeah, I know, but personally for me, that's not an excuse to just let life go.
I'd use it as an excuse.
I want to beat them in a running race. Always.
So it's a competition thing with the kids.
Always. Got to keep them on their best. If they finally beat me in a running race, I need to work harder. They will never beat me.
Just ankle tap them if they get in front. Just cheat. Yeah, you know how it
Yeah.
goes, Carl.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
100%.
knows. He knows the rules. So how long did it take?
Well, since that photo and since I started, I had 2 more kids. So it's been a bit up and down. So I ended up losing a lot of weight, but in an unhealthy way. I ended up in hospital. I had 2 vital organs shutting down because I didn't eat for 4 months.
Jeez, that's not the way to do it.
No, it's not. But that was from stress and the PTSD of the 2 boys. I was also breastfeeding for in total 4 years. So that took everything from me.
You didn't have a break for 4 years.
No. I either had somebody growing or sucking on my boobs for a total of 5 years.
Jeez.
So
Is this? Are you going to go any more kids?
not yet.
Yeah, at the moment it's definitely on the table for future possibilities, but at the moment it's just not on the table.
No, just a 3 is enough. Look, you gave me.
1 is 1,
Yeah.
2 is 2, 3 is a circus.
3 is different because you got to change cars. That's what I heard.
Yes.
And if there's 2 of you, you can both handle 1. But when there's that 3rd one, and that one that gets away, it's like that. It's like that animal that gets off the leash.
And that is our 3rd.
Just a wild one.
He's a menace. He's a menace of all menaces.
Do the older 2 look after him? Just fight.
They'll the eldest will offer to change wet nappies,
Yeah.
but she'll hustle him over to me if it's something.
Oh, if
other.
it's something else.
Yeah,
Nappies. I completely forgot about that period. That was something else.
that is something else.
Well, if you're into this weight loss and stuff, you've got a grazing table business. I was actually looking at these the other day.
Yeah.
Come on, what's going on here? There we go. That is a serious grazing table. Well, how many people are you feeding?
I think there was about 70 people at that event.
I do like it how you've just you got all the good stuff there, just thrown a couple of carrots and stuff in the side there. You know, I'll have a carrot with plenty of hummus on it.
That
Milky
one-
Ways.
That was Regan's Sip and See. We tried to keep a blue theme.
That's her kid's birthday.
That one's Bella's birthday, yeah.
What is that? What army are you feeding with that?
An Italian-Irish family.
Oh, okay. That leads. Oh, good. What a great transition there
And
into.
I tried to do it with all the fruit and veggies on the outside, so the kids had to eat them to access the good stuff in the middle.
Oh, let me guess. They just reached across the fruit and just smudged all the rest of the stuff in.
Yep.
Great kids there.
They reverse
Typical kids.
psychologied me.
Oh, they love a bit of polony. I see that polony down the bottom. That is impressive. Is this your business? Do you have a business doing this?
More of a hobby, but I do get a lot of customers from it.
Okay, what's the name of it?
Just graze.
Grace?
Enjoy. Have fun. Hit me up on Instagram.
Your Instagram is, nice to see it's not your name, it was almost impossible to find. It is, what am I looking at there? Kiara Shea, what's the Shea part?
That's my middle name.
Okay, you don't want to use your full name there.
No.
Italian, Irish and part Capricorn. Where in Ireland is this? I'm guessing you were born in Australia, as we spoke
Yes.
about before.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Ireland are your family from?
The north of Ireland.
The hot part. No, the
Yeah.
cold part.
Yeah, the cold
Cold
part,
part's
yeah.
up north.
Yeah. And Italy, they're from Sicily.
We were having this conversation the other day. Every Italian family in Perth that I've ever met, they're Sicily.
Yeah.
Everyone from Sicily. They must have just sent them all out here.
Yeah.
Okay. And we spoke about, so you're Australian residents, you can get ancestry visas and stuff.
Yes.
What about you, Carl?
I'm part Czechoslovakian on mother's side.
Okay. You guys get the ancestry visa as well?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think you do. Are you guys ever, I was going to say it's going to be a handful with kids. Travel?
We took all the kids to Bali last year for 2 weeks.
How was that?
That was something.
Don't they have, in hotels, like childcare and stuff in the hotels?
Yeah, they
Did
do.
you utilise that?
No, we just took my dad.
Oh, really? Oh, that's the best babysitter.
Yeah.
Cheapest babysitter you can get.
Yep.
Have your parents lived down that way? Like, live down your way?
Yeah, my dad lives with us.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's good. That's pretty handy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I train 7 days a week. Between PCR, cheer, and the gym, I train 7 days a week. So I'll do dinner, put the kids to bed, and Dad just sits there with them.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
If you have a day off, do you go a bit nutty?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Once you get that sort of a bit of addiction, you almost feel guilty sitting at home.
Yeah.
Tell me about cheer. I heard that, and I was looking for you, and I can't find anything on you. Is the name of your cheer group Toxic?
Toxic, yeah.
Found that weird, but anyway, go ahead.
Toxic.
Look at you
cheer
two there.
dance. How long did it take for you to learn how to do that one?
Are you a cheerer as well?
Nah, God, no.
No.
I'm just
I
a lot
think
of
you are.
brawn. That's all I am.
I just come home and I'm like, here, let's try this.
Pretty much. Exactly that, yep. It was only last night or the night before she was trying to get me to help her out with some stunts. And being on the taller side of the spectrum, she can't really stand on my shoulders because if she sits on my shoulders, she's already touching the roof. So I've either got to drop to my knees so she can try her high-flying stunts, or we have to go out the back or out the front or something.
Are you still cheering while you're doing this boxing prep?
Yeah.
If you get injured cheering, you will never hear the end of it from Glenn and I. You know that, don't you?
I got dropped on the floor last night. But
His fault?
training tonight. Not his, no. At cheer, we're learning a new stunt. So I go up from their knees. They go into like a lunge position. I step up from their knees. Their back spot will grab my waist. And
Back spot.
yeah, so you have two bases. They grab your feet, your back spot grabs your hips, and your front spot will be there to support if needed. But this one's just a two-person stunt. So the back spot will lift me up, and I'll jump onto the base's shoulders, and I'll stand up on their shoulders. And last night, the front spot started walking forwards, and the back spot started walking backwards, and nobody was holding me, and I just went straight down.
Are you on like a padded floor?
Yeah.
Not really padded, just not concrete.
Yeah.
How do you feel about cheer, Cole?
Oh, I'm all for it if it keeps her busy. Whatever keeps her happy and busy.
That's the right answer, isn't it? It's an unusual hobby, not a bad one. It's a great one. Any kind of physical sport, I believe, if you enjoy it, it's a good thing. But it's a very unusual hobby to have here.
Yeah, it's getting big here in Australia, though.
I did watch a couple of cheer competitions, doing my research. Those girls are crazy.
Yeah.
In America, oh my God.
Yeah.
I suppose in a way it's a form of dance, isn't it? Like if it's just dancing, people go, oh, yeah, it's just dancing, that's fine, but it's quite unusual.
Yeah, it's like a mix of dance and gymnastics. And then we go and throw some people in the air.
Anyone ever get hurt?
Always. Last year at one of the comps, somebody came down, but she came down from an extension, so right up in the air. You can't go any higher than an extension unless you're doing
when you're doing an extension, it's always risky.
Yeah.
I got no idea what an extension is, but I'm guessing I know what it is. Yep.
Yeah, so you got like three. When they're down here at your waist, that's a chicken, and then you pull them up to here, and that's a prep, and then you go all the way up in the air, and that's an extension. So someone was in an extension, and they came down, and nobody caught her, and she broke her neck.
Really?
Yeah, she went straight down head first to the ground on the stage floor.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we always have several ambulances on standby at comps.
So the PCR is going to be a walk in the park. We only got one doctor on cheering comp. How funny would that be? You rock up to a cheering comp with a bunch of kids and there's just ambos and everyone just lined up. The beds are ready to take you away.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You enjoy it, obviously.
Yeah.
And what are the comps like?
Crazy.
Madness?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any like, you know what they say, the beauty pageant mums? Are there some... Yep. Oh,
Yeah, we just call them cheer mums.
Yeah.
cheer mums.
Cheer mums, dance
Tell me about
mums.
the cheer mums.
Oh, they're intense.
Yep.
They're intense. I try and stay out of it. So I cheer, but our daughter dances.
Yeah.
So Toxic is Toxic/Studio X. Toxic is for the
Such
cheer
a weird
side.
name though. Toxic. Not saying it's a bad name, but it's
And then Studio X is the dance part.
okay.
So a lot of the mums who have the younger girls, they'll do both cheer and dance. And some of them little girls are there every single day of the week, either cheer or dance, competitions every weekend.
It's got to be hard on the body.
Yeah.
That can't be healthy for those young bones.
No, I don't think so. But I guess if their kids enjoy it, then
That's true. No different to playing footy or rugby or something.
that's right. That's right. You're
What-
just trusting some other little kid to hold your little kid up in the air and not drop him.
Oh, imagine two cheer mums going at it because little Patricia's dropped her bundle of joy. Oh, that'd be good. I'd come just to watch that. That'd be so funny.
I'll invite you to the next one.
No. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, well, I'll just sit in the back and just do nothing.
You can commentate.
Commentate.
Yeah.
I'll have to learn all the terms and the names and stuff.
Yeah.
Or I'll just be really one-eyed and just be 100% toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it now. One-sided commentary. That is interesting. That's very interesting. What else have we got here? You own a horse. You told me that.
I own a racehorse.
You own a
We
race. You guys own a racehorse.
Yes.
Do you like a punt? Oh, yeah.
Loves a punt.
Loves a punt. Hey, you got a punt. I do. I only punt on the UFC. That's the only thing I ever bet on. But I punt very small amounts, but religiously punter.
I only bet on my horse.
Really? What's the horse's name?
Tinchook.
Tin Chook.
Yeah. After Emu Export.
Who came up with that name?
My dad.
Your dad doesn't mind throwing down a bush chook or two, does he?
Nope.
How has Tin Chook been going?
Good. He's won 2 races this month alone.
Is that? I don't know anything about horse racing. I'm sorry. I probably should. But from what I hear, this is only what I hear, it's a big risk, big reward with horses. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, big time. So we've had Tinchook since his racing name's Tinchook, but his name's Frank. So we've had Frank since
Oh, that makes more sense.
We've had
It's
Frank.
a much better horse name. I know tons of Franks who are horses, but Tin Chooks, none.
Tinchook's a good one, yeah.
Don't they call them a different name? I only heard this with the greyhounds, is because if you call them their actual name while they're running, someone on the sidelines could yell out to them and then they'll turn their head and look. I heard that's what happened with dogs. You know how greyhound racing?
I can see that happening with dogs. I personally haven't heard that, but it definitely would make sense for greyhounds and
Yeah.
greyhound racing and stuff.
Maybe not so much horses.
Horses, no. Because if you call a horse, do they come at you?
Not really, no.
They don't come at you anyways. You can call their name all day, they still won't come towards you.
Especially Frank.
Sorry, keep going. Tell me more about Frank.
We've had him since he was a foal, basically. As soon as he was born, we've had him.
Did you know he was going to be a star? Was he born for greatness?
Well, his parents are both Melbourne Cup winners.
Really?
Don't ask me his parents' names because I can't remember.
Okay.
I probably should know, but
Black Caviar?
I don't know.
Did he win Melbourne Cup?
This has gone back
Pretty
a couple
sure.
of years
Did
ago.
he? I got no idea. That's the only one I know.
I can have a quick look for you.
Yeah, you do a bit of research for me. Tell me what Frank's mum and dad were called.
Yeah, Frank's mum and dad are both retired now.
'Cause
So it was a fair bit gone now.
So he's come from good stock.
So we invested the money, got Frankie, and my brother trains him.
Okay.
And me, my brother, my dad, and my cousin, as well as a couple of others, all have shares in him.
Yeah.
And he lives at my nana's farm.
Okay.
Yeah, with 2 other racehorses.
Are they expensive? You don't have to answer me this, but are they expensive to keep?
Yes.
Is it because of the food or is it because of the training? What is it?
A bit of both. So training for us, not so much because my brother does the training, and we've set up a track. Well, we've built a track in the paddock in the farm,
Where's that? No, don't tell me exactly where it is. Like what area?
Oakford.
Okay. Oh, plenty of room down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we've got that going on there. So my brother does a lot of the training, and even my pop will get up 4 a.m. take him down to the beach.
Why do they train horses early in the morning?
Your mind's always more active first thing in the morning.
But they usually run in afternoons or in the evenings, though,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be better to train them at the same time of day?
No.
Because the horse could be as fresh as the daisy first thing in the morning, and then by like us,
Yeah.
fresh in the morning, come about 7:30. I'm no good to anyone in the evening.
Well, he goes to the beach in the mornings every morning, but then he also does track running in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So he does double training every day.
Gets to go to the beach every day.
Yeah.
That horse is living the life.
I know,
Oh,
right?
he's so good.
I know, we brought him a new blanket and it cost more than my bed.
How's that? The horse is living a better life than you guys.
Someone else is making his feeds.
Something I only got a bit of a heads up. I hope you're okay to talk about this. You've got quite a story yourself, Kyle.
It's bit of a tale, yeah.
Let's get comfy. Tell me the story, mate. Take me back.
Where do you want me to start? Straight at the beginning?
Start at the beginning. We've got all the time in the world, right?
For anyone that doesn't know, Iveta Mitchell was a lovely mother of three and wife at the time, back in 2010. And one lonely night, her and her husband had a bit of an argument. Both the older two siblings were out of the house. She went out the front for a cigarette and never came back. It's the basis of what's happened, and over the course of, what are we in, 14 years now, it's slowly come out little bit by little bit. We still don't know the full truth, but we now have a very, very rough outline of what we think's happened, and we've narrowed it down to a couple of people who we think may know more than they're letting on, or might have something a little bit more to do with it than what we thought. And I've been to a couple of court hearings now. We had a big one in November that spanned on for a couple of days. That one was over 7 News. I think that was everywhere, actually, at the time. And then we got the feedback from that one back in March, I believe it was. Yeah, March last year.
March last year, yep. So, how old were you when this happened?
7 at the time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the youngest of 3 siblings. So I've got an older brother. I believe he just had his 21st birthday, and an older sister. I believe she was just shy of 18 at the time.
I can't even believe. I can't even begin to think what that would be like. You guys have had a rough hand dealt to you guys with what you've been through in the last, say, 15 years.
Gives you a different aspect of life for sure. Makes you look at things a little bit differently to some other people that are, just walking around going about their day, and you kind of got that voice in the back of your head that's telling you to just, for me especially, just to keep pushing through my day and
keep going.
Yeah, just get on with the day.
People think they have real problems, and they got no idea, have they? Do you want to tell us a bit more about it? Like, obviously, what you're comfortable with and what is public knowledge?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got any questions that might help me out, just, tell you what you want to know as opposed to rambling on about just anything. So
this was back in what year? I'm just trying to think. Sorry.
2010 is when it went down.
2010. So she is out. Whereabouts were they staying at the time? Whereabouts? What suburb?
Parmelia.
In Parmelia, down there. So there's been a bit of an argument, and then she's just gone outside for a cigarette.
Yeah, and we used to live. We lived down the road from a school, but the street we were living on had a big bushland across the street from us.
Yeah.
And then we also had a park dead next door to us. So there was the street. I believe there was 2 houses, and then our street, and then the park. And we all love that park. We're always home when the lights would come on for the street lights. If mum or dad ever called out from inside the house or out the back, someone could always hear them, as we never strayed away from the park without telling someone.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was a smoker, so it wasn't unlike her to dip out the front or out the back, have a smoke, and then come back inside and finish whatever she was doing.
So nothing was out of the ordinary?
No, not really. I mean, I was in the house when the argument happened. I don't remember a lot of the argument itself. I've only heard hearsay about what the conversation was actually about.
Yeah.
And then she, I woke up to the sound of arguing, and it just kind of upset me. So I started to cry, and then they both came in, tried to comfort me. They had a bit of a spat about who caused me to start crying, and then she grabbed her smokes, went out the front, and that's it. That's all I remember.
Was it an intense argument? Do you remember that?
It definitely wasn't a who left the stove on kind of argument. There was definitely something more to it. Yeah. The hearsay in the conversation, I mean, this is all public record anyway. The hearsay for the argument was that it was to do with money and drugs, but that's just what's been said, what's been brought up, just what other people have had their input about. So it's not. I can't guarantee that's what it was about. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what it was about, just because there's a lot of credible witnesses to say that's what the conversation would have been about if it was about anything.
Okay.
And then I mean every morning before school, the heat, if it was winter, the heater would be on. There'd be toast ready. Mum would be eating her toast, watching the sunrise show, and then we just got ready, did our things, and then she'd take us all to school. But then the next morning she wasn't there, and Dad just said she had to leave for work early. So, and then I believe it was later that day or the day after, I got picked up and I was asked to put on just a black jumper, which wasn't. I think it was about springtime. Oh, it would have been autumn. Sorry. So I wasn't really cold enough to be wearing a jumper, so it kind of threw me off as to why I was being asked to put a jumper on. And then I realised I didn't have a school uniform logo on it, so I just kind of went about it. And then when we got home, there was a couple of police cars out the front, a couple of news reporters, and then I just kind of got ushered inside and just got protected from the cameras for a lot of the time, so they didn't know. They couldn't like ambush me at school or anything, so
okay.
I was protected in that sense for a little bit until suspects started getting ruled out, and then my name got brought up to be questioned about what I remembered from the night, being the only one in the house.
So you were the only one at home.
Yep.
Was arguments commonplace at the time?
Never in front of the kids.
No.
There was always, if there was ever tension in the house, you could definitely tell there was an argument, but they did their very best to never argue in front of the kids. They always, if something did happen, it would be very, very minimal, or they would step out the front or back and have their piece, and then they'd come back inside and it'd be like nothing happened. So I wasn't thinking of it at the time, but now that over the years, now that I'm thinking about it, it was very out of place for them to be arguing inside the house, knowing I was there especially. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that nothing deal breaking has come since that night, unfortunately.
Was she having the argument with your dad?
Yep.
Okay, how was he through all of this?
In what sense?
Like,
so since it's happened or prior?
Well, even immediately afterwards, he must have been.
Well, I've seen my dad cry 3 times. I mean, we're not the closest father and son, but I've only ever seen him cry 3 times, and 2 of them have been in the last 14 years. So he's always got that very old school mentality that, I mean, he brought me up to, show your feelings, make sure you tell people how you're feeling, but I think he was brought up to, men don't cry, that kind of very, very old school kind of mindset.
It's a different way of doing stuff back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So he very, very rarely cries, but it's that was one of the only times I have seen him cry was within the last 14 years around this court case and around just this whole case in general.
It must have been hard on him as well.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm the youngest of 3, but we have the same mum, different dads.
Okay.
So I'm my father's only child. So I think it was very hard for him to kind of watch me slowly wrap my head around what was happening over the span of the last 14 years. It's definitely been hard for myself just to wrap my head around it. But I think for him it was definitely hard to watch me grow up without a mother. I mean, I've had mother figures come into life, being mum's mum, that kind of stuff. My aunties, older sisters occasionally stepped up here and there, but it's just been, I think it was just a bit hard on everyone to...
It's just not the same, is it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I know from a personal point of view, I know my emotional response isn't all there, so I don't really regulate emotions too well. I just don't show them at all, and Kiara hates me since the day we got together that I just don't show emotions. But I think that just comes from like a mother's touch kind of thing. It's just not something I had, so it just wasn't something I just didn't grow up with it. So unfortunately, I don't really have that much of an emotional response towards things.
Were you sort of brought up to not hide your emotions, but sort of like lock them away?
I think having the cameras in the face kind of did that for me, to try and just hold it all together just for the cameras, just do 5 more minutes and then you can go cry kind of thing. That's the mindset I grew up and put on myself.
That can't be healthy though, especially for a kid.
Nah, definitely wasn't. And I've realised that going up into my mid to late teens, it was something that I had to drastically change, especially meeting Kiara, having children. It's something that I had to. I'm still learning today how to regulate and how to show my emotions in a healthy way. But yeah, it's definitely something that I had to change from the day I kind of moved out of home.
How have your half sisters gone with all of this?
Older brother,
older brother, older sister.
Yeah, I mean, my older brother's very much the same. He's the eldest. He's just very straight down the middle. He doesn't beat around the bush. He's very straightforward. It's how he's always been. I don't know if this is because of what's happened, but he's kind of been a bit the same with his emotions. Like, he doesn't really show his emotions. My sister, we don't talk too much in the sense of like emotional response kind of thing. She's kind of she didn't step away, but she kind of stepped away from the whole situation. She didn't her and Dad didn't get along too well, so she just stepped back from the situation, and if she was needed, she was there, but she didn't really try. She tried not to volunteer towards things when it came to like being in the limelight for the cameras, coming towards police, stuff like that. She kind of steered away from that as much as she could. Where she could
protect her own peace, growing up and starting her own family.
Yeah, so she's got her own family. She deals with her stuff, and then if she wants anything to do with this case, she'll talk to me about it. And then if she doesn't want to be involved, then I'll just go and do it. If she wants to be involved for whatever reason, she'll go and do it. And look, if that's how she wanted to do things, that's fine. I had no issue with it. No one had an issue with it. That was just how she wanted, and like Kiara just said, it was just to protect herself and her own little tribe towards things, and
maybe what she needed.
Yeah, exactly. If that's how she dealt with it, then that's how she dealt with it. Everyone deals with things differently. So,
and if you mentioned it's come up again recently in the news, how is it? Because it must always be hanging over your head in a way, and then for it to keep resurfacing every once in a while. Obviously, you want to know what happened. So, there's obviously good and bad to it. Because on one hand, you got to relive it all, but on the other hand, each time it does get in the public eye again, you might be one step closer.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you ever sit back and watch some of the first interviews I was involved in, and then watch some of the more recent ones, you can definitely see the way I've my tolerance is kind of built for the camera, and it's definitely a lot harder when things first went down to have to go back and forth. Like you said, it kind of falls out of the public eye a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's back in the public eye, and it's all over the TVs, it's all over the news, it's all over Facebook, it's all over the newspapers, and then, like you said, you've got to relive it all again. I've never forgotten any detail about it, but it's definitely not an easy thing to have to relive every time it comes up. But again, like you said, though, it's good that it does come up. It does stay fresh in people's minds still. It's just a bit of a gut punch to have to relive it all over again every time it does resurface.
And people asking the same questions.
Yeah, it gets a little bit, I don't want to say irritating, but it kind of puts me on edge when I get the same questions by like the police will ask the same questions over and over, and news reporters, and it's just all the same questions, one after the other. It'd be one news reporter, and then 5 minutes later it'd be a different news reporter, same questions.
Yeah.
It's just never-ending cycle like that.
How did you find dealing with the police?
Being early teen, mid-teen, I think I had that bit of an arrogance towards them. But I mean, they've been nothing but helpful. I've had personal detectives give me their numbers. And if I ever needed anything, I could just call them, whether it was information, someone to talk to. Some of them are really good. You get the occasional once in a blue moon. He's not the greatest to deal with, but yeah, I mean, they were very helpful wherever they could be towards us.
Okay. Can I ask you what you think happened?
I mean, I've got a number of scenarios that go through my head just about on the daily about what's happened. I haven't really sat down on a scenario. She was a black belt in judo, so I don't think there's any way that one person was involved. I mean, my dad was a big boy, and I know that she's taken him down once or twice. just for the sake of, like just play fighting in the lounge room or something or whatever they would do. And then, yeah, she'd take him down, no worries. My mother was, I don't know, 5'6" in heels. So she wouldn't have weighed more than 80 kilos at her heaviest. And my dad's a big boy. He's 6'4", probably 150, 160. So
big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy for sure. And yeah, again, she's taken him down without a drama in the world. So I definitely think there's more than one person involved. Who was involved, I wouldn't have a clue.
So you think there's a higher chance that there's been other people involved as opposed to her just taking off?
I mean, that's another thing is, what if she just wanted to start fresh? What if she's just moved away and just wanted to start fresh? And if that's the case, then that's the case. I think it's just like kind of narrow-minded for me just to say that someone has been involved, whereas you, just like you said, you brought it up, what if she just kind of got up and walked away, which is definitely another scenario that plays in my head. That kind of sits probably a couple back for me, but I don't think she's someone to just get up and leave. She loved her children. If something like this did happen where she has just taken off and left, then I think there would have been some form of contact.
You're still holding out hope?
Oh, every day.
You would?
Yeah, it's even as I get older, as time, as I get older, as I get into my 60s and 70s, I'll still hold out hope that something sinister hasn't happened. But there's always going to be that voice in the back of my head that something more sinister has happened, unfortunately. But
jeez, that's a lot. So where are you at with it now in the sense of where to from here?
So with the court case that happened in November in 2022, so going into the end of that year, they did like a big court case. Went over a couple of days. They had every person that had any form of information come forward and say their piece. All the family came forward and said their side of the story. And we went back a couple of months, couple of years prior to the incident. Brother, sister, aunties, uncles, everyone that had any source of information about anything stepped up there. So it definitely took us a couple of days to get through everyone. And then the whole point of that was to rule out if it was going to be an ongoing investigation or if she was going to be pronounced legally dead, which did come out in March, April the following year, 2023, that she was pronounced legally dead as of that day that she was pronounced missing, so May 3rd, 2010. So as of that day, she's now pronounced legally dead, so now we can either press forward to get the death certificate, that kind of stuff, or we can just leave it as is. It's really up to us from here how we go about things.
That must have been hard that day.
Yeah, that was. I was actually at work when I got that email, so that was probably not the best place to be sitting. I was sitting in the gym. My phone went off, and yeah, it was actually Dad that sent me a message, and then I got the email very shortly later. And yeah, again, it probably wasn't the best place to be reading the email out in the middle of nowhere for work, but yeah, just had a bit of a read of it, had a quick skim through, found the information I needed to find, and just put my phone down and just kind of isolated myself for a couple of hours. That was a rough one to sit down and just be alone with, yeah. And
being obviously at work with your FIFO work, being that isolated away from the family would have made it 10 times harder.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of boys at work that are like family, but family's family. You can't replace family. So I did call Kiara that night. I was on night shift, so I think it was about midday, just before 2:00 when I read the email. So once I had a bit of time to myself, I just called her and let her know what happened. And I think we sat on the phone until about 4:30. That's when I had to hang up and go to work. So.
Jeez, it's quite a story. I had no idea.
Yeah, and this poor girl's had to stick with me the whole way through.
I'm here. I told you, organised chaos.
You guys have had a tougher time than most. That the fact that you guys are still here and still together is impressive, because you've obviously faced so many things that could have easily, torn you guys apart.
Yeah, it's been we've had our moments where we didn't think it was going to go much further, but we've definitely we took a new mindset a couple of years ago to try and make sure we always talk about things before making any rash decisions. So it's definitely helped us in the long run to make sure we do communicate more and talk about how we're feeling just as a person in general and towards each other. And it's definitely helped throughout the years.
Walking away is just as hard as sitting down, putting the work in and bringing it back to where it should be.
But a lot of
Especially when
people
there's
won't
kids
do
in-
that.
Well, then... That's,
No, it's
you know.
great that you do doing it, but it seems like you guys were forced to grow up and act well beyond your years as well. Because I know you guys are in your early 20s, but in the scheme of things, it's almost like you're still kids.
Yeah.
That's something I've been told continuously over the last couple of years. Is I had to mature at such a young age, and I mean I never saw it until a couple of years ago. Especially just going to this court case, as I just mentioned before, it was definitely a bit of an eye opener as to how many interviews, how many cameras I've sat in front of, how many police detectives I've spoken to, and it definitely made me realise that how much I did have to mature and how quickly I did have to mature in that situation.
But that can't be good for kids. That can't be a good thing, because you almost lose your childhood as well.
I've heard that one a couple of times too. Missed the childhood, that kind of stuff. But I mean, look, I don't think having kids at a young age is a way to represent that. But definitely being the young age I am, having 3 beautiful children, I get to relive some of that childhood with them anyway. So.
And your body's still hanging together so you can actually run after them.
Exactly, yep. So, I mean, I find myself watching cartoons long after the kids have gone and started playing again.
Oh, you got to see how it finishes.
Yeah.
You got to make sure SpongeBob gets out of that situation,
Yep,
don't you?
that's right.
Make sure Bluey doesn't tackle Muffin again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. Well, you guys have done very well. I'm very impressed, because if you have a look at, I guess, relationship stats and everything that you see nowadays, a lot of people wouldn't have the mental strength or, I guess, the willingness to work on things. When things get tough, it's so much easier just to walk away and bail.
I think without blowing smoke up myself,
Blow that smoke, my friend. Blow it.
it's we definitely haven't had the odds in our favour for a lot of things, but the fact that, like you said, we're still here, we're still together, still here as people, I think that says a lot about both of us and each of us individually.
I think it's also the determination that, Kyle unfortunately had a really rough childhood with his mum disappearing. I came from a broken home, and my parents couldn't spend more than 2 minutes together without fighting or things like that happening. And think I had a pretty rough childhood, not as rough as Kyle, but mine wasn't the greatest. So coming together, we've really realised that it's better to be strong for one another, and instead of walking away, we support each other, we lift each other up, communicate those issues, be there for one another, because nobody, that saying, we're all fighting something. Same boat, different battle. You're not in the same boat. You're not in the same seas. Somebody could be sailing along in their yacht, fighting them rough seas, whereas somebody else is paddling the boat by themselves, drowning. You never know what somebody else is facing. And we just try and take that on and try and be there for one another, but be there for the kids as well. Make it worth it. Kids only get one childhood, and we're responsible for making that great. And they're never going to get that back. We're never going to get our childhoods back to make them better or fix them. But we can be there for one another and help each other grow and appreciate what we have and what we can give to the kids to make sure they don't have the same thing happen to them that we've had happen to us.
You guys are teaching me something today as well. Old man over this side of the desk. If you guys have been through what you've been through and you survived and you're still together, I'd put money, I like a punt. I'd put money on you guys growing very old together.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be that old man sitting at the dinner table yelling at his his wife sitting in the kitchen that
And the
his tea's
grandkids.
cold. His tea's cold, or his biscuits are soggy, or slippers aren't where they were because it's where I left them. I don't know.
And I aspire to be sitting out the front in my rocking chair and white picket fence, drinking my wine
Oh, yeah, that's the dream.
with my headphones in, so I can't hear him complaining about the cold tea.
What could you guys possibly face that's harder than what you've got through? It'd be hard. It'd be hard. I mean, there's always something, but
Yeah, I was just about to say, there's always something there that'll test everyone. Everyone's got their breaking points. For me personally, for what I've been through, I don't think there's going to be much to knock me down or pull me away from her. So,
and the fact that you haven't gone on a life of self-destruction as a lot of people would do, because I think a lot of people blame things and blame other people rather than take responsibility. And you guys have got 1,000 reasons that you could have done it, but if anything, from just going by the photos, I know you can't really judge too much, but you guys seem in a better spot and healthier people now than you were before.
I once seen a psychic, and
Tell me about that. I did see that on my phone, and you focused on that bit. Tell me about this. What did you call it? A reading?
Yeah, so I had a psychic reading done, and I am a huge believer in them. But I go in there quiet,
Tell me.
and I suss them out.
Oh, you do?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
She hit the nail on the head,
What did she say?
big time. She walked straight in, and she told me my grandfather's full name, date of birth, the time he passed away, and he passed away a week prior. And she also told me that I was pregnant with a son, and he would be here sooner rather than later, and he would be my grandfather reincarnated. And that is exactly what happened.
Really?
Dead set.
What did this lady have on you?
She also told me that between Kyle and I, we ground each other. He hasn't gone on this road.
You grind on each other.
Ground.
Ground each other. Sorry.
definitely that too. Yeah, that's on the table. Definitely.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I meant grind as in like you just grind each other's gears and that kind of thing. Not the type you were talking about,
I was
creating
talking
more
about
kids.
Exactly what you were talking about. I don't know.
You got 3 kids, mate. Come on. Let's keep it clean. Keep going.
Oh,
So what did this psychic know about you prior to you walking in there? Because she must have a better search engine than I do, because I found so little on you, and I'd searched some places I probably shouldn't have looked as well. So what did she know about you prior to walking in?
Nothing.
She knew your name?
Nope.
Really?
Dead set. She knew nothing.
Yeah.
I walked in there to buy some crystals and ended up sitting down for a reading because she felt I was drawn to her.
Can I just ask you, speaking of crystals, did I see something in a drink bottle?
Yes.
What is that?
This is my crystal for stress and anxiety.
So that actually sits in there?
Yep.
How does that go? Good?
I don't know.
After you had that coffee with 2 sugars in it.
I don't know. Look, if worse comes to worse, if I get that stressed out, I can tip the water bottle over and take the end off, and I have a good utensil to get rid of stress and anxiety.
I'm not... Jeez, keeping it clean here. Psychic, there must be... Let's talk about higher powers and things like psychics. Because I'm not 100% a believer, but I definitely don't write it off either. Like, I think there must be something. Surely. There must be something. So you're a big believer in psychics?
Yeah.
Have you ever been back?
I never go back to the same person.
Okay. Have you been to a different one?
A couple of times, yeah.
Any stories from those guys?
No, not really. Just the basic stuff that life gets better. The things I've overcome, I will continue to face, but it's going to be a fight within myself to overcome them. I've overcome them in reality, but mentally I haven't. So it's about finding that inner peace and being able to accept that the past is the past and we need to move on.
It's hard to do.
It is. And you can always say, yeah, it's done, it's over, I'm over it, but are you really?
No.
When you sit down and you're alone, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? All them things you could have done differently.
Do you hold a grudge?
Not so much a grudge. Don't hold a grudge. I can forgive and forget.
That's tough.
But fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice and shame on me. I'm not going to let you fool me a third time.
That's tough. The ability to forgive is something else.
Yeah.
I don't have that ability. I just can't do it.
You cannot accept the way others treat you, but you can accept the way you present yourself to be treated. So you can never not be in a situation where someone's going to stand there and judge you, whether they're judging you to your face or behind your back. You can never change that. No. You cannot change the way somebody is, no matter who it is. But you can accept the way you present yourself to them. So if you're going into a situation and you know that situation's going to be an anxious one or one that's going to get you heightened, is it easier to be there for it and deal with what they're saying, or to walk away and be happy? Or do you walk away holding what they've said as the truth? What do they know about you to be able to say this is the truth? The people around you that love you and care about you are all that matter. If they know the truth, then what else matters? And that goes with anything, really.
Because most criticism is born out of jealousy.
Exactly. So are you going to take their jealous criticism to heart and walk away and let that upset you for 6 months, a year, the rest of your life? Or are you going to walk away and go, well, that's what they have to say?
Do you believe people can change?
I do.
Really?
It takes hard work to change. Nobody changes overnight. It takes hard work, and you've got to put the effort in to see the result. As my TikTok said.
Your TikTok? I didn't see your TikTok. I did go looking for it. I'm not sure. The jury's still out with me whether people can change. I just don't know. I think people can hide it better for a certain amount of time, but I think it's still there.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Kyle?
Yeah, it's
Just disagree with your wife, mate. Trust me, it's so much safer.
Yeah, look, I don't know if people can change as such, but there's improvements.
Improvements, yeah, you are right.
There's definitely a balance that gets played. So where something gets better, something might get worse as well. So it's just about that balancing act of if you are changing your own mindset, your own infrastructure within yourself, or if you're actually just, like you said, hiding it better, or if you're just throwing away the bad things or throwing away some good things to make something else better.
How much do you think that someone's upbringing influences how they are?
I think it's someone's mindset that really influences them. So you can look at, I'll use myself as an example. If I didn't have the mindset I have now, I could be down a totally different path. I was given a choice when I was an early teen, and I made one decision, and here I am now. If I made a different choice, I could be somewhere completely different. I might not have kids. I might not. To be fair, I might not still be here if I made a different decision back then. So I think someone's mindset plays a lot in their the way they bring themselves up, as well as their own upbringing from a child.
I've got a lot of respect for you too, considering you are, I guess, high school sweethearts, as they say, and had kids early. You are in the smallest percentage of people. This isn't taking into account any of the hardships that you've faced as well, but you'd have to be in just, I don't even want to know the percentages, that you're still in a successful relationship.
It's been a long 6 years.
It's been a ride.
It's been a ride. I wouldn't take any day of it.
8 years.
I was talking about just the kids, but no, she's right. 8 years.
Oh,
we've been.
It feels like 6 for you because it's been bliss for her. It's 18. Jeez, Kiara, go easy on the man.
Yeah, it's completely forgot where I was at with that. Sorry.
Your future. And what are the plans for the future? We getting married soon?
White picket fence. Yeah, definitely getting married soon. We don't have a set date. We've had a couple of dates and we just haven't pulled the trigger on them. A couple of venues just didn't pull the trigger.
Oh, weddings are really cheap. That's the best thing about it.
Yeah, aren't they
So
just?
cheap.
I only cancelled it twice.
Yeah, she brings it up quite often, but she forgets that she cancelled the first one. So, but I don't hold grudges.
Oh, I like how you laugh about that, Kiara.
I don't
No,
mind.
it's
It is what it is.
It's definitely in the future. I've
Okay.
got no deviation from that plan in my own head. So
Everything
That's-
happens for a reason. For all you know, we might spend the morning of the corporate rumble just going to get hitched and then
Imagine that.
quickly go to the rumble.
Have a big wedding inside the ring at the end.
No big wedding. No big wedding.
Well, then you can
Just
say
a
I had
quiet
1,200 people there. Didn't even cost you anything.
Didn't know any of them either.
Doesn't matter. They'll be having a good time. I guarantee that. We had an engagement in there. About 12 months ago.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Big Ronnie. He proposed to his lovely partner. So good on you, Ronnie. Still remember that. Oh, you're getting ideas.
No. God, no.
I'll hear about it tonight. Yeah,
Marriage. It'll save you a lot of money.
I had a read-in that said I can't get married until after I'm 27.
Oh. What do you think about that, Kyle?
everything happens for a reason. If she's gonna stick around that long, it must be worth it.
I don't know. With marriage, I've been married for a while. I'm lucky I got a good wife. But it seems like less and less people are getting married. It's almost like an engagement may be enough.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a traditional thing too. So over the course of the years, you would have seen yourself tradition just kind of wears out. Everything from weddings that do take place, they're not so just white anymore. You know, there's colours involved. There's more scenery involved. There's different activities involved. It's tradition really isn't a thing for a lot of people anymore. It's just how people go about things, how they feel about things. So
Used to be in a church, have a big church ceremony. Imagine that.
correct.
My
Yeah,
God.
used to be a big church. Everyone used to be kind of segregated to their seats, and they weren't allowed to move. And
Groom's family one side, bride's family the
Oh,
other.
yeah.
yeah, you know, and now you've got people having weddings on top of rooftop bars. You know, and there's blue here, there's pink there, there's orange here. You know, there's no real.
The bride's wearing green.
Yeah, you know, so I think the whole traditional thing is kind of gone out the window for some people. I think there's a lot of heritage involved. I mean, over the course of the years, a lot of traditional things in general have changed.
Oh, yeah, massive.
So there's a lot of. I think heritage plays a part in it too, and like going back to what we said before, people's upbringings can inflect that kind of stuff as well. So for me personally, I think the traditional idea is a nice idea. There will of course be a spin here, a spin there involved, but the very basis of a wedding, bride and groom, we'll probably keep it small per se, nothing huge. Try and keep her whole family out of it because that's a whole thing. So
I can imagine you got a big family.
yeah.
I have 6 brothers.
Jesus. Okay, that sounds pricey. But just as you do what's best for you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll come together and make that decision for location, all that kind of stuff, colour scheme, all that kind of stuff, going towards us specifically. But yeah, I think the whole traditional idea is over the course of the years kind of gone out the window for some people. I think it's a lot of personal choice nowadays.
And doesn't a white dress signify like purity or something?
Yep. I'm wearing white.
You'll be wearing red or blue. Should we PCR gear?
No, I already have my colour picked out for the wedding.
When we're looking at your photos, probably should get back on this PCR. Come up to 2 hours. I know. I didn't even realise you got tattoos. Can I ask you about your tattoos?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, because you've got them on your legs and you've got them on the arms as well.
Yes.
What are the meanings behind these tattoos?
So I have a witch on my right leg, and that signifies she's holding a set of rosary beads, and I'm actually going to get it changed when we go on our next holiday. We fly out to Bali a week after PCR.
Very nice.
So
You'll be in shape.
yeah,
Ah, yeah.
I'm trying. So I'm going to get her changed, but she does signify me coming into my higher self. So as a teenager, I went down the path of being angry at everybody. It was everybody's fault for what I went through, and nobody was to blame. Well, everybody was to blame but me. And it took a while for me to come to realise that, unfortunately, these were just the cards I was dealt, and I can either run with it, be angry for the rest of my life and end up with nothing, or I can turn it around, turn it into motivation, power, to be something better than where I've come from, do something better and be a better role model for my younger self, my family, and at the time I didn't have kids, but essentially in life for my kids. So I have a witch there, and she's fighting the battle within herself to be a better person. And then I also have a Ouija board on my other leg.
Jesus, that scares me, that stuff. I did see that. I wasn't going to bring it up. I don't mess with any of that stuff.
I've got my Ouija board, my candle, and all of my witchcraft. So have a bit of a plan. I'm going to have a big war scene on one leg and a witchcraft scene on the other leg. That's the plan. And then I'm going to throw some Disney in the arm because I love Disney.
First, I'll step back to that first one because I'm avoiding that Ouija board altogether. Is what I do like, and is your awareness of accountability and self-awareness as well. There's people that never achieve that self-awareness or even taking any accountability for their actions, which means that everyone else's actions and opinions influence what they do, influence their happiness, influence their sadness.
You can't.
No, you can't. You're an old soul, I reckon. You've been here before.
I think so.
60 maybe.
Yeah.
No. All right, so tell me more about, I'm leaving that Ouija board. Tell me about Disney. What are you going to get?
I plan to get lots of Disney princess characters.
How do you feel about this girl? You look like you're over the moon.
Yeah, by all means. I mean, she's had these tattoos planned out for years since before we got together. So, I mean, I've got my plans for more tattoos as well. So that's we're both respectful of what we get. So, and we both do, check with each other that we're okay with getting them. But
Except that one time.
Did she tattoo you?
She has tattooed me. Yeah.
What with?
I do have a tattoo gun at home, like a very, I'm not gonna say old school, but yeah, you got to plug it in, and it sounds like a
lawnmower?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen those ones.
Yeah.
Straight off eBay. One of those bad boys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quality. Nice. Sure, this looks lovely. What does she tattoo?
So I've got the.
I should ask where.
It's just on my frontal thigh here. It's
Oh, gee, someone's laughing there.
Oh, she's loving it. It was a long night. It was Friday night just gone. Actually, I flew in from work.
Hang on, this is recent.
This is Friday just gone. So
Jesus. Okay.
So I mean, I've obviously got a big sleeve on. So you think, oh, he's fine with tattoos. Nah, that they hurt. And yeah, it was Friday night. I had a couple drinks in me.
Laughing at, stop it.
And the tattoo gun was kind of just there. And she goes, "Oh, let me tattoo you." So I was like, "Yeah, go on, why not?" So she picked out a colour that she liked, and she just went to town.
And are you quite the artiste?
No. No.
Can I have a look?
Yeah.
Watch those headphones don't get pulled out. This will be good. I cannot wait.
I don't know if you can see that from there.
So he's got a little love heart,
Yeah.
a smiley face. The year we got together,
And
then another smiley face.
Horribly done. Didn't shave my legs or anything, and I'm pretty sure the colour's about to fall out.
And I also put my name on my brother's leg, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, so that'll get covered sooner rather than later.
The agreement was he could tattoo me after, but I chickened out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That wasn't what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I'll be honest. It's the meaning behind it. I think that's the key. But that's not great.
It's not, is it?
Yeah. Nah.
The six he did himself.
Yeah.
On that angle.
That is the horriblest part of it.
The big smiley face I did myself, so that was upside down for me as well. So
But you're going to get it all covered up.
it will get covered eventually.
I'll just go to town then.
The love heart was freehand. And that's
It's-
a good love heart.
You can see it's freehand though.
Love heart isn't exactly hard to draw. Look,
Yes.
look. There we go. I've drawn one right
no,
there.
mine's better.
No, that looks about right.
And I
So.
couldn't-
No, that's exactly what it looks like, which I've drawn with a Ninja Turtles pencil. I don't even know where this came from.
Yeah, it's
So I got all the
definitely-
fights down here. I probably shouldn't show you that. There we go.
Oh, let me
No,
see.
I don't. I won't really.
Oh, damn it.
It's definitely more of like a memory thing for us. So it's a
Oh,
memory
yeah.
that'll stick with us between us together. You know.
We
You
took-
tattoo around it.
We took couples arts and crafts to the next level.
Yeah. Except
Couples arts and
I'm
crafts,
the only
Jesus.
one that got arts and crafted.
Where does it hurt? Like, is it on your leg? Does it hurt more than your arm?
When she was doing it, yes.
Oh, I can imagine.
She just
What was the aftercare like? Zero?
yeah, none at all.
Nice.
We put some Dettol on the leg to start.
Yeah, didn't even
Oh,
shave.
jeez, that's hospital grade stuff.
Yeah, it was, look, it didn't. The parts that were done like right per se didn't hurt as much. The parts that hurt for me were the top of my shoulder, so I got sunburnt. And then I went straight in the next day and got that tattoo. That was
Jesus.
painful. I nearly tapped out. And then just around my wrist, that one just in there hurt me a fair bit just because of where it was. But otherwise, it probably hurt about the same, to be quite honest. It is again, without being up myself, it's
Blow that smoke. Blow that smoke, Kyle.
meaty part of my body, so it's there's a lot.
Do you do squats?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, love my
Squats.
I squat more.
No, she doesn't. She thinks she does, but she doesn't.
You're dreaming, Kiara.
See,
Close enough.
These are the arguments we're having nowadays. Who can squat more and who can
And
do
I
this
think
kind
the
of stuff
day
more.
I squat more will probably be a battle to face.
Yeah.
How much can you? I can't squat. My body will just snap.
I'm squatting 80 kilos.
Is that a lot? I don't know.
It's more
It's-
than what I weigh.
What cup
I'll rep that.
for warm up? I do that bicep curl.
That's nothing.
But what are you squatting?
120.
Oh, so I'm not far. It's only 40 kilos.
2/3.
I'm not
Yeah.
good at maths.
2/3. There we go. That was quick maths.
Quick maths.
If that's wrong, I'm going to edit it out and make
it's
myself
right.
sound more intelligent. What tattoos always fascinated me. They're so common now because back in my day, I remember one of my mates got a tattoo and it was big news. Like everyone was like, "Oh my god, you got this tattoo." He regrets it. It's terrible. It's barbed wire. Barbed wire. Oh my god.
That old chestnut around the bicep too.
Nah,
Nah.
it wasn't. It was around the ankle. He probably knows I'm talking about him. It looks terrible. Still does. Anyway, why do you think so many people getting tattoos nowadays?
Self-expression.
Do you think?
Yeah.
This is what I think, and I could be wrong. This isn't everyone, but a lot of people get tattoos when they're in pain.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm not saying that's what you guys have done, but I look at it in the way that people almost need something, whether it be to take their mind off what they're currently experiencing, which is perfectly fine. Some people turn to alcohol, turn to tattoos. It's one's. I think probably alcohol is more damaging, and then I completely lost my train of thought. It's just more that people are in pain. They want something. Some people may do it for attention, and I'm not like I was saying. This isn't you. This isn't you guys.
I get what you're saying, though. Like,
I find it strange, and I find it not always, but I sometimes see people that get it, and I go, "That's not a healthy choice."
So, I mean, personally, my first tattoo was inside my forearm, and that's a tribute to the old lady, but that was actually to cover up a suicide attempt. And that was
Jesus.
that was the reason I got it over the suicide attempt was because, every time I feel that scar or look at that scar, I remember why I'm still here,
That's your mum's name?
Yeah.
Can I have a look?
Iveta. Iveta. So,
It's a good job.
yeah, it probably that actually costs more than the rest of my sleeve, but no, I'm very happy with it. It's and yeah, so the mindset after I went through that recovery stage was if she were to come back and I wasn't here, what would she think? And that's the reason her name's there now. So every time I have those dark thoughts, I can look down and remember why I'm still here in case one day she does walk through the door.
Imagine that. Oh, that'd be a good day.
And then this piece up here that goes up to my shoulder, that's just resemblance of her. That's she loved her jewelry, all that kind of stuff. She was kind of referred to as a bit of a gypsy. So that's the kind of setup, like the butterflies, roses, like the dark witch kind of setup. That's the tribute piece to her. And then I'll have other stuff that's just kind of my own thing going on a little bit later.
Nice love heart on the quad.
Yep.
And did that say 2016, 2006 on your leg?
16.
2016. You should stop grazing tables and go into tattooing. Imagine the demand after that masterpiece.
I'm an
Is Banksy in here? Was Banksy here?
I'm an absolute artist. I'm a professional.
Taste.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, it goes back to, people do tattoos for anything. I know friends that get tattoos out of pure boredom.
Out of boredom.
Yeah, they just like the picture, so they get it permanently tattooed on them. And it's I mean, look, I question it, but I mean, if you've got the money and you really want it on your body, by all means. But yeah, some people do it for meaning, some people do it for fun, some people have their own personal battles. Everyone's got a reason for getting tattoos. Some are just a little bit sillier than others, I guess.
And it's everyone's own body. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm more interested in the reasons behind why people do it. Some do it for a good reason. Some do it as a dedication to someone, which is perfectly fine.
And then, yeah, some people just do it because they can. Some people just have the money there and they just want to. Like you said, it might go back to maybe attention seeking slightly.
Definitely.
But yeah, some people just get tattoos because they want them.
Yeah, so there's some tattoos, and like I said, once again, it's everyone's decision, but there's some tattoos that I'd see around every once in a while and I go, yeah, that's not a career advancing tattoo, that one, across the face or something. So, but that's just me. Maybe I just don't like the pain. I went to get one once and I chickened out, so I'm glad I did, because I would not be happy with that on my back nowadays. What is it? I didn't ask you about that. The kids' names?
No.
Oh, what's that say under there?
It says Nulli Secundus.
That is Latin?
Latin.
For?
Second to none.
Okay, I didn't know that. I was going to have a guess, and I would never have got that.
Okay.
Should we actually get into this PCR stuff?
I
The actual
guess
whole reason we're here.
I
2
guess
hours
we
24.
can. Let's do it.
PCR time. Had to happen. 32 days away, I believe it is. 32 days. What week are we in? Week 5?
This is week 5,
31.
Week 5. Find out the team. Possibly find out the opponent. I don't know if that is the case.
Yeah, on
This
Saturday.
week, do we have an inkling which team we're going to be on?
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
Do you have a preference?
No.
They're
No
both
preference.
good.
They are, yep.
They're both good.
And I purposely got my mouth guard made in purple.
Oh, neutral colour.
Yeah.
Why did it take you like 5 weeks to get your mouth guard done?
Because I have such a busy life.
It's kind of important to get
I
that
got
mouth
it.
guard done.
I got it now.
How'd you go at Gobsmack? Did you meet Rob?
Yeah.
He's a good man, isn't he?
is, yeah.
He loves a good event as well.
Yeah.
Oh, so your mouth guard fits well?
Yeah.
First, I know you would have had a mouth guard in softball.
Not softball, no, but hockey, yes.
Okay. You all right with them?
Yeah.
Breathe all right?
Yeah.
You finish it in the first round. You won't have to worry about breathing or anything. Any idea who your opponent's going to be? Could have a guess. Let's have a guess.
I think it's going to be Jody.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe Jody.
Maybe.
Maybe. There's a couple. I think it's because the girls are the weight difference really with anyone else. Because
Yeah.
I know you're only. How tall are you?
Not that tall.
Not that. Is that the official? Is that the official height?
Yeah.
I don't know what that comes in
Not
at.
that tall centimetres.
I think it's about 5'4".
5'4". Yeah. So I think you got to be within. I think it's 3 kilos. I think that's what it is. And there's probably only 1 or 2 that are going to be even close to that. So whoever it'll be, you'll find out. I think it's this weekend. I know you find out the teams this weekend. They call everyone and then they'll let you know.
I think we go back Sunday for a cardio session and we get to do
Oh, it sounds like fun on a Sunday. Cardio session.
Sorry, Glenn and Nigel might be a little busy.
Think of anything worse, Carl?
Nah,
Cardio session on a Sunday?
just cardio in general.
Just
Cardio
cardio. You just lift weights. That's all you want to do. Bench press and bicep curls. They're the only 2 exercises I want
heavy
to do.
circles, that's all I'm good for. Heavy circles.
And squats, apparently.
Yeah.
Almost twice as much as what she does. That's fine.
No. Not even close.
2/3. 2/3.
2/3. 2/3. That's what we're going. I'm on his side on this. You have been to a PCR event before.
Yes.
You went to the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your first one?
Yes.
How did you find it?
I was a little bit blindsided.
Really?
Yeah.
In what sense?
Well, I had no idea what the event was. I knew nothing about it except a friend from work said, "Hey, do you want to come to a bowl on the weekend?"
Was that part of Linked Support Solutions?
Yes.
Major sponsor, Link Support Solutions.
And on top
Major
of,
sponsor of today's guest, Link Support Solutions.
and on top of that, she told me Friday, and the event was Saturday.
Did you have something to wear?
I had to go to the shops, get something to wear.
Just shoot down to the Kwinana Hub Shopping Centre, pick up something nice.
They've
That
changed to
place.
Kwinana Marketplace now.
Is that what it's
And
called?
you have to wear shoes and shirts.
You have to. Is it? What's it called?
It's called Kwinana Marketplace now. They used to be called the Kwinana Hub.
The Hub. Yeah, we used to call them hubsters. The people that went in there. That was something else. How's a Thursday night? Fight night is what I used to call it.
Late night.
outside of Macca's. Yeah.
That still happens, but every day.
Someone doing a burnout out the front of that after a few beers. What are we even talking about? So you went to the event. You've gone down. You've shot down to Valley Girl or whatever it's called down at. Is that a thing? Valley Girl?
Yes.
I don't even know. So
I
you've
went
got.
to Myers.
You went to Myers. Oh,
Yes.
hello. And you've got something to wear.
Yep.
And then you've turned up about 6. Well, you're on time because you're on time today. You've turned up at about 5:45 out
Yeah.
the front of the Crown.
Yep.
And
And
then-
again, I was under the impression we were going to a ball.
A ball.
A ball.
Who gave you this false information?
Someone from work.
Jeez, you want to name him? Drop a minute. Go on. Drop a minute.
It was Katie.
Katie. Classic Katie. If it was going to be anyone, it had to be Katie.
She's like, "Hey, do you have a dress?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do you want to come to this ball?" I said, "Yeah, sure." She's like, "Meet at my place." It's like, "Okay." So I met her at her house. Off we went. We get there. We walk into the ballroom, and there's a boxing ring.
Oh, so you didn't even know it was boxing?
No, I was like, "What is happening? What's going on? Where am I?
Yeah.
And what am I doing here?" And I was just absolutely engrossed with the whole thing. I loved it, every second of it.
If you knew it was boxing, would you still have gone?
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely. Where was Carl's ticket?
I was at work.
Oh.
I was at work. I got the phone call. Yeah, the Friday. I think I was still at work when I got the phone calls. It must have been about 3-4 o'clock.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm going to a ball tomorrow. I was like, what do you mean you're going to a ball tomorrow? Whose ball are you going to tomorrow?
Hang on. Can I just point something out? Anyone with kids under the ages of 10 doesn't go to any balls or anything like
Yeah.
that. You are just tracky dacks on the weekend, just usually thinking, how the hell am I going to get through another week?
Yep.
And you've gone down to mine, you got dressed up,
Yep.
gone to this ball,
Yep.
which is a boxing event. It's odd. It still surprised me. It's odd that it's a boxing event, but it's still black tie.
Yeah.
It's just a good combo, isn't it?
Yeah.
How'd you feel when you first walked in? It's overwhelming.
Yeah. Especially when you don't know what you're walking into. But it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah. And how quick does the night go?
Very fast.
Can you believe it's 7.5 hours?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't go to the after party last year.
Don't say unfortunately.
Oh, God.
I don't go.
I'm going this year.
I'm going home.
I'm going this year.
You're talking about kicking on after the last fight.
Yeah.
That's something else.
Had to get home to feed the kids.
Oh, so you had to go from the Crown back home.
Yeah.
Did you drive?
No, I had someone pick me up. I had one too many Coronas.
Okay. They do flow, don't they?
Yeah.
How'd you find the food?
It was nice.
Okay. Not really a foodie?
Not really.
No, me neither.
It was food.
It's a nice food, though.
Yeah. I like a steak where you slap it on the table and break the table.
Oh, like a big hunk of meat.
Yeah, but
She likes it dead. Like dead.
Oh, like well done, Dad.
Yeah, like
beef
well
jerky.
done with a well done.
with
Jerky.
Yeah, with
Jerky
the-
with tomato sauce on it.
no gravy.
Oh, jeez. 5-star dining
Yeah.
at your
all about
household.
it. I call the restaurant a day prior to tell them to get my steak cooking.
Oh, some people find that criminal. Me, I don't mind. Have a steak however you like it. Are you staying at the Crown on the night?
Still deciding. We might, but we also might not.
It'll be hard with the kids, won't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And that is a fair track, because if you don't go, then you still obviously got to get home.
Yeah,
And that'd be a pricey Uber ride home at that hour.
definitely. But then, given that we're going overseas the following weekend,
Yeah.
it's a another costly factor. So we're just playing it by ear.
Yeah.
My dad has booked a room, so worst comes to worst, he can sleep on a roll-out bed and we'll take his.
And what are the kids doing for the night?
They're going to my nana's,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so they're not going to be there.
and that'll be our first night ever without all three children. We've never spent a night away. Well, Kyle obviously works away, but we've never spent a night away from all three children ever.
We've always had one still at home, or we've always ended up picking one up for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But we've never had a night off from all the kids.
If in 9 months and 33 days, if there's another addition to your family, I'm going to know you two shouldn't be left alone together. We don't want another one. Before you came into this, you have any boxing experience?
No, not really.
No. You've come along well in these last 4 weeks.
Just throwing hands with my brothers.
You got to throw hands.
Yeah,
Yeah. That no rules kind of.
yeah.
Are they all older?
I have one younger, but he's much taller, so he's my little big brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
Being the only girl in, what did you say, 5 brothers?
I've got 6.
6 brothers.
Yeah, Hayden, Jordan, Jacob, Liam, Kieran, Alan. That's a tongue twister.
That is something else. 1 girl and 6 boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's a massive household.
Yes,
Is that
we weren't all in the same house.
okay?
So when my mum and dad split, there was myself and my 2 older brothers. And when my mum and dad split, my mum remarried and he had 3 sons.
Yeah.
And then my dad had a son with one of his friends.
I'm definitely not digging into that one. That look you gave me. One of his friends. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to be part of it.
I don't want to know either. I was a child.
Your changes to your lifestyle. You're obviously a very busy person. Throwing 3 training sessions in a week, 3 or 4 training sessions? 4 training sessions in a week, driving up from Singleton. Young kids, cheerleading. Is it cheerleading or cheering?
Cheerleading.
Right, cheer. I'll just call it
Whatever.
cheer. I think there's a TV show called Cheer. I'll call it cheer. I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
All right.
How do you have any time to do anything besides this? Like you must be on the go 24/7.
Yeah, pretty much.
When do you sleep?
When it's over.
How has your sleep been?
A
Consistent? Consistently bad?
consistently not happening.
But you need that for recovery.
Yeah, no, I'm doing the best I can. I'm
Yeah.
doing the best I can.
You got plenty of support though
Yeah.
from the family.
Yeah.
How do you go? How do you go being away from the wife and kids? So what's your swing like?
He gets lots
2
of
and
sleep.
1.
2 and 1.
Yeah, so if when I first started working, it was kind of chop and change. If they needed an extra bloke, I was the new guy on the swing, so they'd kind of the boys would kind of throw me forward to do the extra week, and I was like, no, okay, sick, cheers. But no, yeah, it's pretty consistent 2 and 1 now. So we got set rosters. With the family, it's been alright. There's been a couple of times I had to fly home early on, but yeah, since then I've been pretty good. Kiara's been amazing at just doing everything by herself when I'm not there, so she does most of it by herself when I'm there anyway. So it kind of kicks me out of the house, but I'm not doing it the way she does it. So
And Austria are a good company to work for?
yeah, like every company, they've got their perks, they've got their ups and downs. Yeah, the crew makes it for sure. The boys I work with every day when I'm out there are definitely one of the reasons I'm still there.
And what's your role out there?
I'm currently a trainee.
Yeah.
So I do majority off-site duties, which is similar to like a trade assistant kind of role.
Okay.
So you've got the driller, And then if you've got someone like myself, you'll have the driller, the trainee, and then the offsider. Otherwise, you just have the driller and 2 offsiders. Driller obviously drills. The offsider will do, depending what kind of rig you're on, they'll run around and do their little bits and bobs. So there's a couple of different divisions. You've got diamond drilling, RC, and air core. So you've got diamond and air division. Diamond is it's like a whole different drill rigs to the air side of things, which is the air core and the RC. But yeah, I mean, the boys out there are great. You know, there used to be like a big barrier between the 2 boys. So if you were diamond, you were diamond. If you were air, you were air. There was no.
Oh, is there diamond and air beef out there? Is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's great.
Which one's better?
Air for sure.
Oh, of course. That's what everyone knows that. These diamond cutters, Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, look, we still give each other shit all the time. But when we can still sit down, have a beer, and have a bit of banter between us to tell each other who's better. Who's got the better offsider?
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's good. It's different for sure. So, I mean, I've been in construction since I was 15, 16. So, I mean, I'm used to the hard labour, long hours.
What about the heat?
Yeah, it gets rough out there. We had
Kambalda or Cal?
I'm mostly in Kambalda. I did about a 1.5-year stint up at Kew, which is just south of Meekatharra.
Jesus, I know that place well.
Yeah, the pub was good, but the heat was horrible.
It's a different kind of heat, isn't it?
It is, yeah, especially when there's no wind. And when on the occasion you do get wind, it's a hot wind. So you're like, I don't even want this. This is just go away. I'll just take the heat. Take the wind away. I don't want it.
No wonder it's so remote out there, in the sense of the population is so low. How would you survive out there?
It would just be shorts and sandals for sure.
Sunburn.
The locals are just sandals, shorts, and singlets. That was it. There was nothing too fancy out there.
Have you had a winter out there?
Up that way, we had a very, very warm winter.
Okay.
So I think I went up there. The first time I went up in September, and then we came back to Kambalda around March, and then we went back up in June, and then I spent from June to the following December up there. So I think I've spent a total of 18 months up there. Obviously on and off doing 2-in-1, but yeah, I've had my fair share of seasons out there. So to start with, it was pretty warm. The first stint I did out there, and then the second stint I got a bit of a mix of everything. Their wet season, their dry season, their hot season, and yeah, definitely prefer their hot season over their wet season.
Is this an industry you think you want to stay in? Like, have you got a plan to move back to Perth permanently with it, or? For sure.
So it just started as a foot in the door, just a 6-month job. It definitely wasn't I've been there nearly 3 years now. Definitely wasn't the plan. I don't think I'll stay in this specific industry of mining. If I would, I mean, I plan to kind of move up the ranks, whether it become supervisor, superintendent, CEO, whatever. I do plan to eventually come home, and whether it's do the same thing, do something completely different. I do plan just to get everything settled, get a couple steps in front, and then come back and do something that I'm more comfortable with, or something completely different that I'd like to learn.
Okay. Nice. So you got your plans. Let's get back on this BCR. Sorry, I go off topic a fair bit, as you can probably tell. It's getting late. Family and friends. We've got a family member here. Tell me, what do you think about this young lady taking part in a boxing event? Get straight from the horse's mouth. I get straight from Frankie. Straight from Frankie's mouth, not the horse.
Don't do it. Nah, she's done so much with herself. I think this is something that she would have inevitably done, whether it was boxing itself or some kind of fighting. As she said earlier on, she's done cheer, she's done Irish dancing, done a bit of softball, done this, done that. So I think any kind of fighting was definitely up and coming somewhere. I don't think boxing was her first choice, but she's complained a little bit about just the pain, but that's just her new muscles working that she didn't realise she had. So she's showing a lot of improvement. She's throwing me around when we go to the gym. Sometimes she makes me put the pads on, and I'll put the headgear on just in case. But she's doing well. She's picking things up.
It's a perfect place to start this event. If you talk about boxing, it is the absolute perfect. You're so protected. They're not there's obviously the win, but there's not money at stake. There's not a career at stake. It really is just the perfect place to get you started and to get started in front of such a crowd as well.
Yep.
And a lot of people go on and keep boxing afterwards. I think Joey Country Power Paul from, I think, PCR 9, she's had about 3-4 fights. I know some people have gone on to amateur fights.
Yeah.
So Joey Paul's fighting this weekend. Good luck, Joey. Parents, what are they saying?
Not much.
Do they know?
Yeah, my dad's definitely keen. He's really keen to come and come watch, support. Mum thinks I'm crazy. But
And the brothers? They're all, if you win, when you win, they're going to claim credit. They say, we've been conditioning this girl since about the age of 3. You can thank us. If you don't thank him in your speech, you mention that afterwards?
oh God, I might.
What do they say?
I think only 4 out of 6 know. But one of them said, I am going to get made piss.
You're going to get what? Said you are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not supportive.
One of them straight out looked at the photos and were like, you're going to get made piss. At the very start, I asked my brother to hold some, before we even started training, I asked my brother to hold some pads for me at the gym. He's like, nah, fuck this, you're done. He's like,
Great
"You got
support
no
there from the
chance."
brother. Which brother?
Liam.
Shout out. Shout out to cornerman Liam. He'll probably be in Jody's corner or something, or whoever you're fighting.
He's actually decided instead of coming to the event, he's going to take my nana to a concert.
Oh, rather than come to the event and support you.
Yeah. He loves his nana.
What concert?
Oh, I can't remember.
Megadeth or
My
something?
Nana's
Something
like-
Nana would love?
Nana's very social. I
Not
get
best.
photos.
Nana in the mosh pit. Nana getting ambulanced out. Should have gone and watched my favourite granddaughter box, but no. He brought me to this place.
Well, my other cousin, my female cousin, she actually has done boxing her whole life. So,
She's coming?
no.
Who's coming? Who's coming to support you?
Kyle?
That's all you need. Just need the money man. You need the squat king over there in there helping you. Show you how to squat afterwards as well. 2/3.
My dad, his partner. I've got a couple of others, but yeah. My best friend's coming.
You're going to have all of Linked, major sponsor, Link Support Solutions. You're going to have them in your corner.
Yes.
We didn't even talk about your work. How about that? So you're going to have all them. There's going to be a rowdy crowd.
Yeah.
Link Support Solutions, major sponsor, they're sponsoring 2 fighters this time, aren't they?
Yes.
They got you and Brent.
Yes.
Brent's a good man.
Yeah.
He's spot on when he came in the other day. Not that chatty. I think, I don't know. I think Brent one-on-one would talk a little bit more.
Did
Get a little
Sinead
bit quiet.
take the reins on that one?
No, it was she was good. She was very interesting. So, because you work with her,
Yeah.
is she chatty at work?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, their story is very inspiring. Oh, talked about your opponent. All right, now we're getting to the good stuff. What's your walkout music?
All right. It is.
Roy Jones Jr. theme song.
There you
Lee's
go.
walkout music.
I want you to sing it. I want to relive what we did yesterday with Hudson. Come on.
No,
Come on.
I don't sing.
Come on. I don't know any of the words. This song was originally used, this is the second time it's been used. It was in Fight 3 at PCR 10. Leah Domanich, when she took on Britt Sauter at the PCR, she used it as well. She got really fired up. I'm pretty sure she sang it as well. She was singing along with it.
I'll work towards.
Go on, you wanna
singing
sing?
it.
I'll put it on your sing?
Not now. I might work towards singing it on the night when you can't hear me.
Do you want to mime it?
No.
She was doing all the hand actions and everything with it as well.
It's my song I put on when I go to squat.
Oh,
It's like my pump music.
when you're just squatting the 2/3 of what? Oh, okay.
Just 2/3.
Just 2/3. If you had to, like, do you listen to this song a lot?
Yeah.
Even now?
Yeah.
You think about depriving yourself of it until the night, just so you can get that extra hit
That's
of
what
it.
I've been trying to do.
But it just still keeps working its way into you.
It's in my head. But We've been listening to some Luke Combs at the gym,
I don't know who Luke Combs is.
country singer.
Oh, you look impressed.
We have very different taste in music.
You don't share headphones at the gym, though, do you?
No,
We can't.
He stole my headphones.
I did not. They're on your bedside table. We
He
went through
stole
this.
my headphones.
If they're on your bedside table, they're
went-
technically his.
We
They're
went
clearly not.
What?
There's a tax fee.
I just go to the gym and I put the music up so loud, so that
At the gym.
yeah. So our gym's quite quiet. So we go after hours when the kids are in bed, and come 7 o'clock at night, there's nobody there. You've got to put the PIN code in, turn the lights on, turn the aircon on.
Really?
Yeah, because they do a lot of group classes during
Okay.
the day. So we just go in, put the music on, and I blare it. As
You
loud
can
as I
choose
can.
your music.
Yeah, they leave a phone there and a MacBook computer, so that if you've missed the class from that day, you can put it up on the TV and redo the class.
There's a gym. What suburb is this in?
Port Kennedy.
So this is a bit I'm focusing on. There's a gym in Port Kennedy that no one's in there, but they leave a laptop in there.
You can't get in unless you have the PIN code, and you don't get the PIN code unless you have a membership.
Mm.
And then there's like cameras everywhere. So
Yeah,
if you
there's
steal the computer,
There's a camera facing the door as soon as you walk in. It's a big open.
That's what hoodies are for.
that's it.
I'm not having to go at Port Kennedy. Okay, so that's it. And see, this is the music you listen to. If it gets you pumped on the day, how are you going to feel with the big adrenaline rush? Because you've seen it. That's very intimidating going into that room.
Yeah.
Very intimidating. Imagine coming down that those stairs, coming down that red carpet.
Close my eyes and drink some pre-workout. Pray for the
Pre-workout.
best.
Don't have to turn your stomach prior. And your nickname, what do we got there? Oh, this is good. This is already good. If someone laughs that hard while they're telling me their nickname, you don't have to tell me.
What did you call me at the first training session?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Did you go Kiara the Pocket Rocket Regan?
No, I just went Pocket Rocket. I couldn't think of anything better.
That does suit you. Mm-hmm. Well, it worked because you just came out of nowhere. I turned around, you were just standing there. Oh, jeez. Little Pocket
But
Rocket.
after you called me that, Glenn called me it twice at training that following week. So I was like, well, it's done now. It's stuck.
The Pocket Rocket.
Yeah.
You're the first person ever to listen to one of my suggestions. I've suggested nicknames to everyone. Some have been horrible. But you're the first person to take me up on it. Maybe that's what will get you over the line.
Yeah.
When you're thanking everyone, just drop my name in there,
So
okay?
the brothers, you,
Me first.
the song,
Imagine that.
my
Are you-
cheer flexibility.
Just taking it
Thank
easy.
everyone but me.
Oh, it'd be. People get quite emotional as well when it's all over. I think there's that big come down with it. That's what I was going to lead on to. After it's finished, you're obviously extremely busy with kids, with your cheer, with your gym and everything. There is also going to be a come down afterwards because it seems to be, I believe it's got to be a lot easier to get up and go to training because you've got this April 20 just around the corner.
Yeah.
When it's all finished, have you got something that you reckon's going to help you with that come down? Because some people do fall in a little bit of a hole afterwards.
Well, straight after the event,
Bali,
a week to the day I fly out to Bali. When I
tropical.
when I get back from Bali, I head into cheer comp season.
Oh, so you're fine
So I'll be busy for the rest of the year now.
for the rest of the year.
Yeah, comp season goes from August through till December.
It's an indoor thing as well, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any outdoor cheering?
No.
No.
Only for like, sometimes we go down to fundraisers and things like that and do a couple of shows, but nothing competitive
I'll
down
have to
there.
come down and watch one. How would you feel in the crowd?
Come on down.
I would. I'd be interested to see that.
I'm waiting for Nigel to do a cartwheel at training. He promised me by the end of the season.
Nigel.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
He'll blow a shoulder.
He said he's going to stretch. He's going to do a cartwheel, and I'll do one with him.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Nige. Please. Do it after the event.
No, please do it, Nigel.
No, he will hurt himself. He's like me. We're at an age where handstands, cartwheels, anything like that, gone. Our cartwheeling days are over.
He's got it. He's got it.
I hope he doesn't do it. I'll be honest. I'll let Glenn do it. I don't care if he gets hurt. Not my favourite Nigel.
I see where you're alliance.
I know. I'm not. I'm a fence sitter. Well, that's good though. As long as there's something in place, but you look like you're going to have your hands full for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have to worry about that come down that happens.
I am excited to take boxing on as a sport after this.
With this intensity,
I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
throw a few amateur fights in there. Are we talking?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll just keep going with the flow of life.
I don't know how you feel about that. Not saying she doesn't make her own decisions, but how would you feel if you were engaged to if you engaged to the current reigning champ, reigning defending, undisputed?
I don't think it's something she should probably pursue with Chia. Maybe as like an off season, so like as some people do like footy and basketball, because they're off seasons. Maybe something, whether it is professional or like amateur fighting in the off season, or if it's just something like training to keep herself busy. I think it's a fantastic idea if she wants to. If she wants to keep that kind of fit mindset fresh in her mind, then definitely, if that's what she wants to do, then we'll sort something out for that to happen.
It's very good for the mind. Boxing is exceptional.
But yeah, I think it's just going to be a bit of a juggling act. As long as she can fit in her routine, then by all means.
See the support you get from this man. Can't ask for more. Good on you. Perfect answer. Well, tell me what you really think after she's gone. Okay. No, good on you. If you get a taste for it, as so many people do.
Yeah.
They do some boxing and they just I got to have more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're looking after yourself. And I don't think you get hurt. I reckon you would get hurt in a game like rugby more than you would at boxing.
Yeah.
Plus, you got the headgear. You're fine. They'll look after you.
Oh, we'll be fine.
We'll see.
We'll get there.
33 days away. That's about it.
Oh, God.
That's about it. We have just about to crack 3 hours. We have chatted for a while today.
God.
I want to thank you both for coming in. That was very entertaining and quite emotional. I took a lot on today. I wasn't ready for that. I'll be honest. You could have given me a heads out. Tell me what I was in for. Help me prepare. I want to thank you.
Just rewind and I'll call you.
I want to thank you both very much for spending your Tuesday with me. It's been wonderful to have you guys back in. And after April 20, I do open it up to everyone. If you ever did want to come back in and chat a bit more about the whole experience or anything that's going on in your life, just want you to know that you are always more than welcome to come back here.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, and I'll chat to you soon.
Thanks for
Yes,
having
thanks
us.
for having us.